Hi, welcome back to my Redesign Your Business in Boudoir photography. Remember, you could do this across different genres of photography as well. But I'm trying to be specific so I can give specific advice, and you could turn this around to child or newborn or kind of family portraiture. You just need to actually look at it in a different light, as it were. But today we're really talking about kind of trying to be a relatable authority in what we're doing. Okay, so we're going to be talking about how a about page can really help us if we rebrand it and we understand it and things. And we've got to kind of start to think about what we've noticed about the page and what you believe in your business up to now and how you work differently. So what we've kind of done in the past 13 days as well, and how it's going to affect the about page now. All right, so it's day 14. And we're nearing the end of week 3. Today we're tackling the most misused piece of real estate on your entire website. That's the about page. Most photographers use this space to talk about their coffee obsession, their dog, or the day they picked up the camera for the first time. But a luxury about page isn't a biography. It's a manifesto. Today, we're rebuilding this page to establish you as a relatable authority, like I've touched on. So as far as in the marketing world, clients hire beliefs, not bios. A client doesn't choose you because you both like lattes. She chooses you because she shares your world view of beauty and worth and things. As far as the creative element is concerned, purpose fuels style. When you are clear about why you create, the how your lighting, your posing, your editing becomes much more consistent and intentional. And then, of course, we start to look at the inspiration, both for yourself and for your client. The inspiration, we need to stand for something. Neutrality is boring. All right, no matter what. By taking a stand, you become a beacon for the right clients and a mystery to the wrong ones and things. Really, we need to really push ourselves as photographers. And I've dealt with many photographers in the industry, both in boudoir and outside. And the ones I've come across, more often than not, they're settling for normal, average, whatever it would be. And neutrality is boring, like I touched on already. And I want you to kind of really stand for what you're doing. Doesn't mean you have to be extreme, but you just need to really make it powerful and really talk about the woman. So I wanted to explore the concept of the brand hero. Yeah. So as far as the observation is concerned, what is the one thing you saw in the world or the industry that you felt was wrong or missing? Well, I've just kind of touched on a few things. Another one is the conveyor belt. I don't want to treat a client like they come on one end and go out the other. And people think because you have a process of things that's what you treat a client with. In fact, it's the reverse. It means that when a client understands the process and the journey of the process with it, it means they've relaxed more. We talked about that yesterday, of course. But as far as the observer is concerned, what we want to really do is understand where we break it down. So if lack of education in what we're telling the client is the one thing, or you felt wrong, or as I said, the neutrality of images, we need to move from that. I want you to kind of get back to the core truth of your belief. Yeah. What's the truth that drives you to fix that missing piece? So in other words, if you think that a lot of boudoir photography is kind of average or normal or safe or neutral in its own way, then how are you going to fix that and things? The difference then, how does that belief practically change the way a client experiences a shoot with you versus anyone else? Yeah, you've got to start to write these down, because as soon as you do that, you can start to answer the question about the about page. We're looking to rewrite the about page today using a 3-part formula. That's the key thing. All right. So this is our kind of task. What you noticed, I noticed the boudoir is becoming more about the lingerie than the woman, perhaps. Yeah. What you believe, I believe that the true sexiness is found in being unapologetically yourself. That's absolutely key. How you work differently. This is why I focus on the raw emotion over rigid posing. And then all you need to do is ask yourself, does that new about page prove I'm a fan of my hobby, or are you an authority in your own mission. That's absolutely key. So rewrite the about page, your about page. I've noticed that Boudoir has become more about the lingerie than women. There's a starting point for you, yeah? If you're struggling, train your agent to help you give some more information. But when I say train your agent, the agent needs to know a lot of information. If you don't give your agent, AI, of course, the information, it can only spew out junk, yes, or average. And that's the last thing we want. So what you believe in, I believe that the true sexiness is found in being unapologetically yourself. If you truly believe that, then that's what you've got to write about in the about page and things, really. And then, of course, as I said, the last thing is you've got to work on how you work differently to other photographers. So good luck with that. I'll see you tomorrow, last day of week 3.